Mulwaney, and welcome to another episode of Fresh Perspective, where we'll take another look at life. First, the story. So, when I was a boy of about 10 years old, we moved down from the north of South Africa, which was called the Transvaal back then, to the Cape, which is in the south of South Africa. And my grandpa, on my father's side, was quite a malicious and bitter man. Started teasing me about how I would struggle in the Cape schools because they were so much harder. And as a 10-year-old boy, I tried to argue with him by telling him that I would be fine. I'm doing fine in school now and things like that. But he was absolutely relentless. And he only stopped when I finally broke down and started crying after several days of this teasing. And I can still remember his smug, smiling face as he took another drag of his cigarette. That video is printed into my mind, even though it doesn't sting anymore, it doesn't hurt me anymore. So in the weeks leading up to our move, I grew more and more confident. And I decided that if the standards were so much higher in the Cape schools, then I would raise my standards. And and I had this big dream. I had this picture of myself being the top student in my new school. I took responsibility, and here's what I did. Every afternoon after school, I would take the textbooks from my new school and go to the play park near our house. I went there because the house was too busy and noisy with my two younger siblings, and my mom vacuuming every now and then and whatnot, things like that going on in the house. It was just too noisy. So in the play park, I would sit in this big cement pipe. Maybe you remember those from your childhood. I would sit there and I would read through every single textbook from my new school. And at one point, I caught up with where the rest of my class was. And I would actually know what the teacher was going to teach in a specific class before it even started. And I can tell you that felt great. I took responsibility and I felt in control. And when the final exams came, my first exams after getting into the school, and I got the result, there was no one near me. I was top of the class in every single subject. So without knowing it, my grandpa actually did me a big favor, even though that wasn't his intention. And because of my afternoon ritual and the resulting report card, teachers loved me, and the children in my new school admired me. And as you can imagine, that makes a transition to a new school much easier. And I didn't know it back then. I didn't know back then that I would be talking to you about this principle today. And the principle is simple. To achieve a big dream, raise your standards. To put it in another way, if you want more, demand more. And I'm not saying demand more from society or from your spouse, from your kids, from your boss, from your employees, from the government, or from life itself. I am saying demand more of yourself. Take responsibility for what you can control, which is yourself, and raise the standard of expectation that you have of yourself. Align it with your big dream and apply love. What I mean by applying love, yes, I mean apply love because love is doing what's important without it being urgent and even when it's difficult. So if you've listened to the other episode, you know my definition of love by now. So apply love. Demanding more from yourself then means love yourself more. So why am I talking about love again in a series about responsibility? Well, because I believe the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is laziness. Often laziness is a symptom of a limiting belief. We won't get into that today. So there's reasons we struggle to love ourselves. That's what I'm trying to say. But the opposite of love is laziness. And the opposite of hate isn't love, it's higher standards. And I realize I'm playing around with words, it's a semantic game here, but I'm hoping that this makes the point clear. Demanding more, raising your standards means caring. Caring about the end result, your big dream, and caring about yourself. If you care about these, everyone benefits. Everyone benefits because then you care about your inner world. Then you can be the best version of yourself that you can be. And the way you interact with everything and everyone around you is better. There's a higher standard to all of it. So if you've identified the direction for your life, if you have a big dream, my question to you today is, what's your standards like? Are you demanding enough from yourself to make sure you're moving in that direction? Or are you letting yourself off the hook too easily? And please understand, it's not about beating yourself up and criticizing yourself. That's the victim mindset. I want you to become a master of your inner world by taking control of your life, taking control of what you can control, taking responsibility for what you can control. And that's everything that's inside of you. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, and the resulting action. And let me tell you, I'm with you in this. And it's not easy. I know that, I understand that, and I feel that. I shared my big dream with you in a previous episode. And producing these articles and the podcast is my way of raising my standards. It is me expecting more from myself. It's me demanding more from myself. So please know that you're not alone. I understand how hard it can be and all the fears we have to break through. And I'll try and tackle those in the coming episodes to try and show you how I'm dealing with that and working through those fears and limiting beliefs and whatever. And I'll share some tools that hopefully will help you do that. But for now, I want you just to take some time and identify an area in which we know deep down, deep down, if there's an area that you can do better in. Where can you do better by demanding more of yourself, by raising your standard? And I wish you all, I wish you success in that. Identify that, write it down. Writing down is very important. It's crucial. It actually helps us, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's like planting a seed when we write down these important things in our life. And looking back at it and referring back to it actually is like watering and nurturing that seed to grow. So good luck, my friends. I send you all my love and support. Until next time, much love. Remember, if you take another look at life, if you change your perspective, you can transform your life. And that's what we're trying to do through these episodes and this program. And I believe that if you are here, that's you. You like to take another look at life. You like to change your perspective and to learn and grow. Okay, signing off again. Bye-bye.